40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed, according to Reddit. Let's give them a chance to get in here. Number 44. Not in the emergency services, but I'm an airline pilot. But whenever there's a medical emergency and I'm on shift, I get called to handle it. There was one time I was walking into the plane, and there was this woman in the aisle, heavily pregnant. She took one look at me. I looked back at her, and she suddenly made a really weird screaming noise and fell into a seat. I rushed over to help her, and her waters had broken, and she was in labor. I called for her help, got her on the floor, and the head of the baby suddenly appeared. I put my hand behind its head, and long story short, it fell out. At this point, the airport ambulance had arrived and they had taken over, but I had already delivered the baby. I like to think I was so hot, I made her have the baby on the spot. So hot, she have the baby on the spot. Now, you guys may be confused, because I am, because this is a list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed. But I don't know what the hell that story was. Number 43. Working at a hospital, we had a delirious elderly woman who would repeatedly yell, "Can't stand it!" I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. It just says "can't stand it." I don't know how I'm supposed to read that. Can't stand it. How can we get that 3 more times, Kyle? Can't stand it. You know what I mean? Can't stand it. I don't know what word to emphasize there. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. The next time I heard her yell, I put on my best Beastie Boys impression and sang, "I know you planned it. I'ma set it straight. This Watergate." Most of the people at the nurse's station looked at me bewildered, but the one male nurse nearly fell out of his chair, laughing. Yeah, if you got the willy, you get the silly. Hello, everybody in the stream chat. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day / evening, maybe even morning, depending on where you are. Hello, Faith. Hope you've had a wonderful evening as well. Stay perfect, Faith. Jeez. It's Kelsey herself, Sheepman. Hi, May. Sadeja, Michael. And I'm just glad you guys could make it. But let's continue up this list to number 42. Nurse here. My hospital had semi-comatose elderly woman with a complex Hispanic name. Her family called her Loli. Okay. I was walking by her room and heard her coughing and choking. I ducked my head in to see if everything was okay, and there was my nursing supervisor attempting to feed her, with little success. Loli continued to cough and choke. Why are you going into kind of a Hispanic dialect while reading this? I paused a moment. My nursing supervisor looked at me, and I asked, "Lolly gagging?" We both lost it. I'm shaking my head. You guys can't see, but trust me. Hey, look, it's Synergy. Haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you all. I really like that Hummingbird has adapted Stripes' dabbing eggplant, Courage the Cowardly Dog into his user picture. If some of you don't know what eggplant courage is all about, hopefully this stream will show people. You know what I'm talking about? Wow. Let's travel up the list to number 41. First ever EMT clinical shift the other night. A 400-pound man finally wakes up from an oxy overdose after 6 mgs of Narcan. Oh my God. The firefighter asks, "What did you overdose on?" Whoa. Why is it making that noise when it restarts the song? It better not do that again. But then again, I guess I can just mute the system noises. Why it's giving me notifications for the track restarting, I'll never know. The firefighter asks, "What did you overdose on?" The man says, I didn't overdose on anything. The firefighter says, then why did I just save your life? And there is piss all over the floor. Somebody probably laughed at that. Piss all over the floor. Piss all over the floor. Nova SF13 greets me one time more. Well, let's continue. Number 40. Well, we're actually beginning the list now, so buckle up, everybody. 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed, according to Reddit. Wow. My wife was an ER nurse. A dude came in with a light bulb stuck in his rectum. Is that okay, YouTube? Is that too edgy? Well, I was already demonetized anyway, none of this matters. So he came in with a light bulb stuck in his rectum. They had to fill it with plaster to get it out without shattering it. She laughed, then they still filled it with plaster. Here's the comedy about YouTube trying to, demonetize everything because it's edgy or has swear words in it. It's just like the safe space that you're trying to create. What happens when real life hits your ass? Like when a relative dies, when somebody gets into an accident, when somebody gets cut and starts bleeding, like what goes on? Do people just fall apart? Do they have panic attacks? Like, it's just comedy. There isn't enough medication in the world to keep real life from attacking. Somebody else says, that seems like a reasonable idea. But what if you insert an enema balloon past number 39? Obligatory not me but a friend story. A friend was an EMT and was responding to a 911 call near Olympia, Washington. He gets to the house to see that the police and the fire medic were already there. He and his partner walk in to find two cops trying not to laugh and a large woman in a white t-shirt just covered in blood. She too looked embarrassed. He's in the bedroom, says the cop. There on the bed is a small and younger man, clearly high as fuck on morphine, with both of his thigh bones sticking out of his legs, snapped in half. He's clearly in pain, but also looking embarrassed. We're going to need your gurney, says the medic. What the fuck happened here, he asked. The medic hands him a copy of the Kama Sutra. They tried page 93. Oh, God. Big lady broke this man. Literally. And here comes Sarah Bishop, right on cue. I'm willing to believe that Sarah Bishop has a story for anything that you could ask of her, because she's quick on making everything up. So Sarah Bishop, tell me a time that you injured a man during intimacy. Is that okay, YouTube? Is that like a thing that we can talk about? Or does YouTube like to pretend that, no one has ever entered into intercourse, and that's why there are people in the world right now, because everybody's a clone or, is genetically harvested from the... Come on, man. God, you suck, YouTube. YouTube used to be cool. And look at it now. Number 38. My best friend is a cop. He got called to a break-in and a sexual assault. Ugh. The lady and her boyfriend were freaking out, so he was serious when talking to them. Come to find out, her ex-boyfriend snuck in the window and jacked off on her when she and her boyfriend were sleeping. Has balls. When she didn't wake up, he slapped her awake. They then started screaming at him and took her wallet and ran out. Oh, what the hell? As this is going on, my friend is trying to keep a straight face. He then asks the woman what is on her face, and she says it's dried up cum. She left it there for evidence. He then asks the new guy to swab her for evidence and proceeded to crouch down behind the police car and crack up. That's fucked up. Y'all are bad. They caught the guy not too long after, but he said the whole scene was unreal. Well, props to that lady for keeping that cum on her face just so she could nail this motherfucker to a wall. On top of that, I bet you it wasn't the first time if they used to date. What the fuck is going on here? And why is VLC notifying me when it's playing the fucking song again? We having a real problem right here. So we're going to have to figure some shit out together, like a family. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. But we need VLC to stop letting me know that it's starting over. You know what I mean? You ever have something that worked one way for as long as you can fucking remember it? And then one day it's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do shit different. VLC, stop notifications. Oh my God. Choose never in the drop-down menu named show notification pop-up tracks. Where the hell is that? I guess we're opening the web page now. Go to tools and preferences, interface, main interface, and then QT. You got me fucked up. Look how much shit I gotta do. Tools, preferences. Oh my God. Interface, main interface. Oh my God. Give me 1 second. How is everybody? You guys doing good? You guys having a great day? Shit fucking around on you or people fucking around on you? Go ahead and tell me a story about what's going on. Interface. Languages, look and feel. You know? What is happening? Interface, I don't see a main interface. I really don't. There it is. It was under a look and feel. Y'all niggas can't update the fucking Wikipedia page to reflect the current build of your fucking... Get me out of here. Only when I want things to work. What is this a YouTube video of? Oh, it's probably Donkey's latest video. Does anybody know what game this is? It looks like some kind of stand-up comedy garbage. And I just stopped watching the video because I was like, the hell is this? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save that in the hopes that it will act accordingly. And then we're going to go flying right back into the list. You know, I apologize. But these things happen, I suppose. So looking at the stream, Sarah Bishop says, there, Kyle, bam, story time. Well, let's scroll up and see if Sarah Bishop, hit us with, okay, she goes, I was super drunk one night, beginning of my relationship with Kyle. I'm bouncing on top of him while chugging a can of beer. Classy, I know. And I finish and scream, oh yeah, and spike the can off his forehead by accident. Gave him a small cut, but not too bad. So there's a story of Sarah having, relations with her baby daddy, y'all. Camsterdamus, haven't seen you in a long time. Kyle, will you ever do an in real life stream? I want you to ask yourself what the fuck that means.
What does that mean?
Does that mean that I have like a camera and I'm out walking the streets with some sort of satellite to... You think, my phone sucks. I want to see you narrating a crackhead pissing in the gutter. Look, man, somebody gets me a new phone, I will do shit like that, I promise you. But for whatever reason right now, my phone is just a joke. Mainly because, it's pretty much out of space. I got a 16 gig phone, and I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but I realize now that I really fucked up with trying to make that happen. Xavier asked Kyle, how sick are you of Clean Soul by Kevin MacLeod? I think the fact that Kevin has made music that doesn't sound royalty free has made it so that I'm genuinely not sick of it. If people get sick of it, I can change the song, and that can happen. As a matter of fact, I can go ahead and throw on relaxing piano music right now, which is what we used to do the Confession podcast to. Hopefully, that'll be something that doesn't bother you, if that was like a veiled way of you saying that you're, fed up with it. But no, man, Kevin's amazing, and I recommend you all go to incompetech.com at some point just to check his shit out, because that's the best compliment that royalty-free music can receive, is that it doesn't sound like royalty-free music. Yeah, so let's continue here. Well, so we continue up the list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed. We arrive at number 37. When I was an EMT, I had a psych patient. that had been picked up at the airport by the cops after he was found wandering around barefoot. My report from them was quite vague, so I didn't really know what to expect when I was asking him questions. He didn't seem very oriented, and kept drifting off to sleep. I asked him if he knew what year it was, and he said 1985. And he suddenly yelled, 1.21 gigawatts. Okay. I was so startled I couldn't help but laugh. I still don't know whether he was messing with me or not, but either way, he must have really liked Back to the Future. Oh my God. That's the power of love. Sarah Bishop says, Kyle, I don't have a baby daddy. I made these babies all on my own. My womb is magical, you know. I guess you were just getting that sperm shot up in you for kicks, huh? Uh-oh. Something tells me Sarah Bishop has only just begun. Hummingbird says,
one time I kneed my boyfriend in the dick when I was trying to get on his lap. Needless to say, nothing happened that night.
Well, then your boyfriend's pretty lame, brah. Some dudes are into that. Some dudes, that's where it begins, you know, before they even get, what's the word that I'm looking for that's not erect, because YouTube will throw a fit. Like I said, this video is already demonetized. Suck 'em. Oh boy. Well, number 36 reads, we had an overdose, we responded to. Oh wait, is the music too loud? I wouldn't know. Let's go ahead and adjust this. Guys, remember, if you're trying to get my attention in the stream chat, what you're going to want to do is say my name when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you, if you ain't running games. Sorry, I'm trying to get my whole setup here to just calm the fuck down, because it's telling me that my video output is too low. And that can't be good. I think we're all right. So number 36 one more time said, we had an overdose we responded to that turned into a running joke at the station. Some chick tried to kill herself and took like 2 milligrams of fentanyl. Normal doses are micrograms, not milligrams. Anywho, got her close enough to the ER and pumped her full of Narcan, and she woke up. A partner opened the back doors and said, all better, huh? And she was pissy about it and bitched about how we didn't know what we were doing. I was being a bit of a smartass and said, well, the Narcan was a good guess then. To which she screamed, Narcan don't do shit. And now whenever we use Narcan, it is a good form to shout, Narcan don't do shit, while pushing it. Little old racist white ladies are always good for a giggle too. Oh, you know what's amazing? I only just, considered that, and many of us probably have never run this scenario through our minds, because, a lot of us don't consider things that don't apply to us. But guys, there must be like Hispanic or black or even white EMTs that, when people have like say they have a heart attack or, some kind of issue and need to be transported, when they end up in the back of that ambulance, they're probably looking around and then having racially charged feelings about who is helping them, And I guess it applies to doctors too, but how sad is that? That's what y'all worried about. Come on now. What a sad world. Fat Man says, love you, Kyle. Love you too, Legendary. And I love you too, Faith. Sacrifice. What's Faith talking about?
Professional commenters are virgins, so they're wanting to sacrifice her. To you?
Oh my God, would professional commenter make a fantastic sacrifice, dude? We'd all be way too eager for something like that. Don't tease us with a good time, professional commenter. Number 35. I had a gentleman commit suicide by placing a clear plastic bag over his head and running a line from a helium tank. Damn. Apparently, it's one of the least painful ways to go. You just get sleepy and pass out. No oxygen, starvation. I feel like I may have equipped some people with something terrible. Y'all better forget that right now, okay? Oh, God. Anyways, me and my partner are waiting for the deputy since it's clear he has been dead for a while. We start talking in the bathroom with the body. So what do you think his last words were? "Goodbye, world," said in a Mickey Mouse voice. That's fucked up. I'll never forget that I had hiccups for 2 hours after we got done laughing our asses off. The report and dealing with the family was super awkward. That's so wrong. That is so wrong. Goodbye, world, in a Mickey Mouse voice. Somebody said, I actually saved a guy's life a year ago who was attempting to kill himself this way. When I finally got the bag off of his head and he came to from some sternum rubs, he puked. It smelled like helium. He had ingested so much helium that his voice was so constricted that he couldn't talk. But I kept thinking afterwards about how funny that would have been if his first words after coming to were high-pitched. Faith says, I'm trying not to be mean, but I can't. Why do you have to try to be anything other than yourself? It's who we've all fallen in love with, Faith. And everybody should remember to be themselves as long as they're not hurting anybody. Because it's only then that you'll find somebody that's all about who you are. Because if you pretend to be somebody that you're not, then the people that situate themselves around you will be into who you're pretending to be. And when that inevitably falls apart, they'll hate you. And that'll be why you end up alone. So, be like your parents. Just miserable, disgusting assholes of a human being. You know what I mean? And then you'll find people who are down with miserable, disgusting assholes of human beings. And then you'll be happy forever. Or you could baby trap them, women. I'm not suggesting you do it. But that's how your parents probably did it. They're all like,
You got a baby in me. You better make an honest man out of you.
Number 34. So I was deployed to redacted a few years ago. I spent a few years in the U.S. Army as a combat medic. We were stationed in the middle of nowhere, redacted, doing medical aid as a first response team. Basically, if shit hit the fan, we would get casualties first. Literally, these are how stories work. And YouTube, right, wants to make it so that if you swear at all in your stories, they can't be told. There can be no advertisements on them. Do you know what I mean? That's hilarious. So here it is. You have this thing that people are interested in, that people want to listen to. Like people go watch movies that are rated R. You know what I'm talking about? Do they not have ads in them or something? Silly. But I'm telling you what, man. Soon I'm going to make a list and it's just going to be the most candy ass motherfucker pleasing piece of shit. It's just going to be like, 20 lollipop flavors. You know what I'm talking about? Just fuck this shit. Okay, basically, if the shit hit the fan, we would get casualties first, attempt to stabilize them for flight, and then send them out of the country. There was one time where we had a patient come in that had been pretty, let's call him holy. I honestly have no idea how he survived even long enough to get on the table. Well, he happened to take a few rounds to the face, and one of them happened to take his nose clean off. Keep in mind, he was unconscious. My roommate was the other medic working on that particular table with me, and he took one look at the guy, looked at me, put his thumb between his middle finger, and whispered, "I got your nose." I laughed my ass off, man. Typically I wouldn't, but it had been such a shit fuck of a day that my stress level was out of the roof. We medics have a sick sense of humor, but you do what you have to do so you can stay sane. No judgment here, man. You guys are doing God's work. Bing bong. Hey guys, I got Pokemon Go Plus today. Who cares, right? You know what I mean? I love it. I'm going to go walking in my neighborhood soon. Oh, wait. I don't have service because I live in some sort of twilight fucking zone. You know, cool story, bruh. Number 33. I was a newish CNA, a product and a patient CTB during my shift. The aide who had the woman on her assignment grabbed me and another newbie to show us how to do a post-mortem care. Gangster. We undress the body and begin to wash it. I'm standing on one side, the other side the newbie is on, an experienced aide at the foot of the bed. We roll the body to the side toward me and it moans. The newbie gets a bug-eyed look and starts to freak out. The experienced aide explains that it's just air leaving the lungs and passing through the vocal cords. Newbie accepts this, but is clearly still freaked out. It's her first dead person. We roll the body the other way, and it moans again. Newbie freaks out again. By now, I'm no longer on task, and I'm just as amused as hell by the newbie. And then the newbie glances at our deceased friend's face. In the course of rolling the body back and forth, the eyelids had been pushed open. Newbie starts to panic. She's looking at me! Oh God, she's looking at me! Why is she looking at me? Newbie then runs out of the room, and I just lose it. I cannot hold it in any longer. I can't hold it together, and just start to laugh. After the moment passed, I felt a little bad laughing while preparing a body for the funeral. But I know that our patient would have found the situation hysterical too, and maybe they were hovering in spirit form, getting a kick out of it. Wow, I didn't scroll down on the left side. I apologize. It's okay. Looks like Owen's all like, why doesn't YouTube survey their advertisers to see? Because that would make sense, man. YouTube's not about making sense on this site, dude. They're about shooting themselves in the foot until everybody finds a way to jump ship. You know what we're all waiting for is a substitute for YouTube. YouTube has had a long enough time to get their shit together. And the fact that they're not is going from there. Oh, my bing bong. Hey, Hannah shrugged. Wow. That seems pretty cool. Wow. All right, guys, let's do this as we continue up. You guys are interestingly quiet tonight. I mean, you guys are talking, but you're not really saying anything. Is that rude? It's true.
Very true.
It's true. But no news is good news, I would imagine. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Nobody's going through any life-changing, earth-shattering shit that needs attention. I really want to do the confession podcasts again soon. So I suppose look out for that. As we continue up this list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed, we arrive at number 32. Let's make some progress here. Super busy day on the oncology floor, short-staffed, and I had 6 patients and was charge RN. Literally running up and down the halls, no lunch. A patient passes away peacefully. I call the next of kin to notify. I stay on the phone to offer condolences, and they are speechless. The conversation is weird, so I call the next number on the list, and that call was okay. Turns out I dialed a wrong number, but the wrong number also had a family member in the same hospital. 30 minutes later, the wrong number lady rushes to the unit and asks about the death in room 417. It wasn't the dead patient. I immediately get drenched in sweat and tell her my error. I get woozy and dizzy. She props me up and starts making jokes. We end up hugging and laughing. She bought me lunch and a card the next week, and I smile every time I think of her. She made my screw up livable. This is just an adorable and fantastic story, you know, from an upstanding human about another upstanding human, or a human that wanted to be upstanding but nearly fell over because she was getting dizzy. You know what I'm talking about? Ha ha. Not that funny, Kyle. Number 31. I had a pregnant lady about to pop and brought her upstairs. The L&D nurses at this facility were pretty snobby and always seemed to have an attitude problem. I gave them my report and told them that according to my assessment, they needed to prep for delivery ASAP. The charge nurse rolled her eyes at me and began condescendingly interviewing the patient, telling her she's sure that the patient will be able to go home tonight. About 5 minutes go by, and they finally get her over to the bed from my stretcher. I get my paperwork signed. The nurse goes back to check for dilation and lifts up the sheet, only to find that the patient is crowning. She immediately starts yelling for help and gives me a dirty look, and I whisper, "Told you so," winked, and walked out as the rest of the nurses walked in to help. Not my most professional moment, but I had a good chuckle. You had a good chuckle. You know, Shuckle's a Pokemon, guys. Did you know that? Is that relevant? Okay, I'm sorry, forget it. Sarah Bishop's all like, "Hannah, what are you wearing? Sweatpants, baggy shirt, socks, way too big with holes in them? Man, I hope so. That's so hot." Sarah fucking Bishop, man. You know, I look over and this is what this? I'm sorry. This is what I see in the stream chat. Oh my God, give me a second. Miss Catnip says, "Thank you. Hey, professional commenter. Guys, I love you all, and I'm glad that you're here tonight. You're all wonderful, and I'm pleased and charmed by your presence." Kelsey says, "Why isn't Hannah closer to the mic?" Because I'm comfortable in the love seat right now, which is what I record in right now until I get a better chair. Why are you talking about my chair? You see what I'm talking about? See, if I had a better chair, we gonna hit our wish list right now and then circle the chair. Then Hannah could be close to the mic too. Bing bong. But as long as I'm in this love seat, hey, Pokemon Go is vibrating. Let's see if it catches the Pokemon, Hannah. Let's see, it's gonna go red. See? It didn't catch it. That sucks. Okay, guys, I bought Pokemon Go Plus, and now I have it on my hand. But we're at home. We're not really going anywhere or doing anything. So I just have it so where when a Pokemon shows up or spawns, I can try to catch it by clicking the button. But oh my God, it doesn't catch shit. For real. It does not catch shit. Woo, I love that. Ooh, I love it. At any rate, Blaze Burns says hello, Kyle, and let's go ahead and make some progress in this list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed. Number 30. A EMT working a standby at one of our nightclubs. What? Wow. I come back from handing over a transport to find a man with a hole in the front of his jeans, all covered in blood. He was sitting calmly next to his friend, joking and having a good time. Ask him what's going on, and he admits to drinking and taking quite a bit of cocaine. It's a party, isn't it? He states that he is not in any pain, but worried about all the blood. We expose his crotch to find that he had apparently impaled his scrotum on the cleat of a pool umbrella and now had a testicle protruding from the hole. His very British friend saw what happened and yelled, "Bollocks me, mate! Your bean is out of the bag!"
Oh no.
I had to excuse myself for a minute. A beanbag chair, that ought to do it too. You see what I'm talking about? Beanbag chair would probably be expensive too. That would be no different from the love seat I'm essentially in. Be a worse love seat is what it would be. You better close this damn thing. Okay. So let's go up to number 29. I'm an ex-corrections officer. I was caught on camera laughing wildly while having to subdue a naked man covered in feces wielding a butt shank. What the hell is a butt shank? He used the poop to paint on Peter Criss makeup. That shit cracked me up. Ew. I guess a butt shank is just a piece of poop. Why did I ask? Butt shanks. I bet Sarah Bishop knows all about that. Sarah Bishop says having your water break is gross. Everything about pregnancy and labor is fucking gross. But Sarah Bishop keeps signing up. Oh boy. Haley's comment says, Kyle, your British accent is hilariously Australian. Yeah, I know that it was. I know it was, Mom. I don't care. Faith says, Sarah, my sister just had her baby. I bet all the Faith girls are all like cute as hell. But Faith's gotta be the cutest. 9 says, he could have said, beans me, mate. Your bollocks are out of the bag. Sean Watson is here. Hello, Sean. Your wife was here yesterday, but we couldn't get her to admit to whether or not she knew certain things. Do you think that she knows? Or do you know if she knows? Sean Watson says, I don't have to do shit as a mod. We have enough trigger-happy mods that do all the work. I wouldn't call them trigger-happy. They're just, they're not in the mood for bullshit. Which is fantastic for me. Because neither am I. Hannah says, I look like a homeless lady as well. She does not. You guys are so ridiculous. So let's go ahead and travel up this list to number 28. All the time, bud. I'm an EMT. My sister is an RN. My sister told me that her friend, also an RN, accompanied an ambulance on a transfer. Couldn't hit the mute button in time there. There's a stretch of highway that's apparently known for a lot of accidents. They came across one. The ambulance stopped to at least offer some sort of assistance, and the RN thought, I'm a nurse, I got this. Well, she stepped out and went to a car and went to stabilize the C-spine. Grab behind the head and hold it until there's a collar on the neck. Her hand went inside the guy's head and she grabbed his brainstem. So upon hearing this part of the story, I say, oh, you got a puppet. And do a ventriloquist hand motion. Oh my God. Wait, why did Faith say that's serious? Faith says...
Cyrus is her nephew's name.
Faith says...
Baby, it's a boy, his name is Cyrus. And someone said, like, Harry Potter, and she said, no, that's Sirius. Sirius Black. The baby's name is Cyrus.
I'm still reeling over the loss of my daddy Sirius, okay?
Me too.
I really did love that guy.
As did I. Was very upset.
Well, would you look at that? Gray Scott himself has subscribed. Gray Scott! Can you imagine if there were another Back to the Future reference before the end of the list? I have an idea if that happens. Hold on. Aww. What's this?
Hey, Void! Have you seen Back to the Future?
Oh my God. Never mind. Never mind. Everyone ignore that. I'm so sorry. I was looking for a Back to the Future like button for my little soundboard. Well, there's that. As we arrive at number 27, it says... Sorry, I was making sure that the song was going to start over. Anyway, number 27 says, nurse here. While at work, we had a patient pass away. So the charge nurse and I go in to clean up the body and remove any medical devices, IVs, catheters, and other tubes. One of the nurse's aides, who had worked for years as an aide, had never actually assisted with repairing a body for transfer to a mortuary. So the three of us go and stand at the patient's bedside, and the aide goes, what do we do? Do we pray? Or do anything special? The charge nurse and I look at each other and both say, well, you can pray if you want, but We just need to clean the patient and remove anything that is medical device. She seems okay with the idea and started to wash up the patient. When the charge nurse removed the PICC line, a very long IV that actually goes all the way to the heart, he continued to bleed. So she placed a gauze pad on it and asked the aide to hold the patient's arm so she could put some tape on it. Of course, the aide grabbed his arm and quickly made a comment of, "Oh my gosh, his arm is so heavy." The charge nurse and I locked eyes and started to snicker. The aide just really wasn't getting what we were laughing at. So I said, that's why they call it dead weight. And she never looked at us the same way after that. Well, I guess that was supposed to be funny. This shit's starting to piss me off. Ain't nothing like something that's supposed to be funny that's not. Ooh. What do you mean First of all, it said we looked eyes, so it was already pissing me off right there when it was supposed to say locked. You got me trying to assess what you meant. Holy fuck. Faith is saying, I'm awaiting. Whoa. Somebody's advertising here?
Everyone just drop it. I
Who?
don't think he meant anything by it.
Who?
Didn't time him out or ban him. Pencilhead.
I'll do it. I'll tell you what. I'm the type of guy where I'm forced to acknowledge that the majority of the people who give me a lot of their attention are for whatever reason lurkers. Hey lurkers, not people that are typically in the chat and saying things. Can you just type H into the stream chat to let me know that you're there and you're alive? Because you guys are here very often. I appreciate and love you. And just because, we don't have a lot of interaction doesn't mean that you aren't significant and special to me. And the fact that you lurk and you learn as opposed to just immediately getting into the chat and saying shit, you know what I mean? I appreciate that shit. So Valentina, Hummingbird is in the chat. Lexi Rose, yeah. Super Monkey, who I thought was literally just MIA, having been here a lot in the old days. I'm glad that you guys are here. Synergy, Pluto Hughes, don't see that. Quasar, you see what I'm saying? Mini Bear, these aren't names that I see often at all. Of course, Genevieve has to type H, even though she is a frequent messenger. But yeah, Gus Davis, a lot of these people I don't see. And I respect that, even if they're just busy, even if they, feel the need to get in here, they're not just putting their foot in their mouth by doing and saying things that I don't like. Because a great way to learn about somebody is to keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, no, they got what's going on. I love you all. And don't think that I don't just because we don't interact or I don't see or read whatever you have to say as often. I appreciate your lurking. And Pencilhead could learn from that as well. Was this like probably his third stream? And he's in here on that bullshit. Yep. But no hard feelings, Let's travel up the list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed. Let's read 3 in a row and not break stride. Patients who was in police custody and high out of his mind on something. A nurse enters to use a catheter to get urine samples for analysis. In the process of doing so, the patient screams, "It feels like a fly is fucking my dick." Older guy who may or may not have been there mentally giving me a lecture on how he knew I was a liar because my lips were moving, had to step out of the room to laugh. What the hell? Look, number 25. Going to copy and paste this from when I posted this to REMS. There is not a subreddit for this. Oh my God, there's a subreddit for medical first responders. Well, I had a DOA today, a dead on arrival. The call was coded as not awake, not breathing. We show up to find a guy lying face up in bed, kind of like this. Risky click. It's just a dude on his side. Okay. Only with his left arm under his right, so it was propped up more. I go to grab his arm to pull it down and check for a pulse and see if he wakes up. But as I pull it back, I realize he is in full-on rigor mortis, which for guys who don't know, this is when you're dead and the body just gets stiff as a motherfucker. You've been dead for a little bit if rigor mortis sets in. So I do what anyone else would probably do, and I let go. Only then did I realize what I just did. Yep, the arm ends up flying back and smacking him in the face. The first thing I did is something along the lines of this. Okay. Come on now. Stop hitting yourself. Okay. Well, thankfully the entire family was outside when that happened, but I had a hard time explaining why I burst out laughing over a dead guy to my partner and the now arriving fire department. Oof. Just thought you guys would enjoy that story. Well, here we go. Well, number 24. One of my patients was in her low... Excuse me. I've got to stop doing that stupid, like, gasp sigh thing. It's not like something I can control. It really is awful. Number 24. One of my patients was in her lower immune system. How often do you think I do that?
Fairly often.
Ooh. One of my patients was in her low immune system phase post her first round of chemotherapy. Oh, no. She was nauseous. I'm sorry. She was nauseous. Yeah. Man, my brain really just got like it posted up like a whole bunch of armies to start fighting over how the word should be pronounced. And I was like, no, nauseous, guys, don't do this. She was nauseous all the time. My girl likes to vomit all the shut up. Too tired to do anything but eat and then sleep, barely able to get out of bed and constantly running to the toilet to poop. She had never been sick a day in her life and asked me in the most pitiful voice, "Am I going to die?" I burst out laughing and told her that she wasn't, then that in a few days' time, when her immune system picked up, she'd be fine. 2 days later, she was bright and reactive, eating KFC with her family and discharged. She's been in remission 2 years now from AML. Man, what if she died and you was laughing? Oh my God. I'm glad it ended in KFC, as any good story should. Man. Are we supposed to go to KFC, Hannah? Ew. No, Hannah's shaking her head. She's like,
No, thank you. Please, no.
Well, Hannah's talking in the chat. She says Faith was saying bye to Kelsey.
Because everyone's saying bye to Faith and she's not leaving.
Faith's not leaving.
They're just not paying attention.
I hope everybody's doing well.
Time out Genevieve because she's annoying.
My heart really goes out to the H's. The Lexi Rose. What does that say? Does that say Ella Selects? Well, I hope they're all having a wonderful evening. Or day, depending on where they're at. Number 23. I was an intern firefighter back when I was in college, and we received this distress call from this... I was an intern firefighter back when I was in college, and we received this distress call from the senior home one day. Oh no, old people problems. Apparently there was an old lady about 70 to 75 years old who was piss drunk, and she broke her hip walking through the hallway. When we got there, she was on the ground covered in her own shit. Ugh. The thing I laughed at was what she was saying while she was on the ground. Old lady,
Get the fuck off me.
Captain. Damn. Oh! Oh my god. I'm sorry. No, I dropped I was trying to react to Synergy, and then I dropped the mouse. Okay, hold on. Shut up, man. Huh?
I'm sorry.
Shut. Oh my god. Synergy, thank you. Ooh, it's getting real juicy. Synergy says, "Hey Kyle, I'm sorry to hear about the demonetization, but." Who was unsubscribing? Owen Stafford. He unsubscribed just to subscribe. Motherfucker, you want that? I'm kidding. Anyway, look, Synergy says, "Hey Kyle, I'm sorry to hear about the demonetization, but have some internet dollars. Been watching since the Destiny slide video. Keep doing your thing, and thanks for all of the fish." My man, I appreciate that donation.
My man.
Okay. So, guys, let's go ahead and see when the Destiny slide video was posted.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Damn, son. There's got to be limits. 2015.
Yeah.
September 2015.
Talking about with the
That's about a
little bit of
I'm talking about a little bit of wait a minute. Man, I was full on retarded.
Yep.
That's a minute long video that has nearly 8,000 views. 80,000. What an idiot. That's Kyle for you, baby. Well, thank you, Synergy. Really taking me back to the ASKREDDIT. To the ASKREDDIT. Wow. Well, wait, something else happened. It was Pencilhead. Pencilhead got timed out by Sarah Bishop, and this ought to be good. Let's take a look. No one needs Pencilhead saying anything else. It's good to watch, though. Why'd she hit him for that?
Because it keeps saying, I'm just going to be quiet now. That's the third time he said it.
Okay. Hannah really made it funny, though, dude. Okay. Because he keeps saying, I'm just going to be quiet now. Nobody wants Pencilhead. And yeah, like through my goggles, because I'm only just seeing this one comment. It's just like, oh, but she's like, that's the 8th time he said it.
Well, I mean, before that, he said, I'm not a lurker. I am a human being. I was not trying to advertise. I will peacefully silence myself and just watch the list go on.
Look at
Then he says, thank you.
Can I please go up? I gotta see that.
Just
Hold on, guys. And welcome to a narration of Pencilhead's post, okay? I am not a lurker. I am a human being. And I was not trying to advertise. I will peacefully silence myself. You got a picture of him like bowing and lowering his weapons, okay? And just watch the list go on. Oh, Pencilhead, man. It's not that serious, dude. Just take it down a notch. That's it. Just whatever you did, even if it was an accident, just don't do it again and you're good. You're amazing. But Salinas. Sorry, when I was in high school, we watched this Hispanic Salinas video, which was about a girl. She died, right?
Yeah. Murdered.
She was murdered. That sucks. She was murdered. But Selena says, "Hi Kyle, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for Hurricane Harvey to pass. Again, sorry, not very chatty." Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You don't have to worry. And I hope that you're doing well and that everything passes and you're fine. You know, everybody, whatever you're going through, you know, if you guys have your phone, just feel free to Snapchat me or something, and until everything blows over and you need to, you know, calm down or whatever. Or maybe you're off your meds and you're going crazy. Maybe you're, you know, maybe somebody's trying to convince you that you're terrible, you know. And if you're anything like me, then it's you yourself that are convincing yourself that you're terrible, because nobody else's opinion matters. You guys got to remember, you're the only one who matters. Hey, look, it's Killer himself. Love the everyday list, Kyle. Keep it up. Well, it's because of killers like you, man, that I'm even doing this. So speaking of the list, let's get back to it. I love my lurkers, and I don't want them to fall asleepies. Okay? Now, as we go back to this one, the old lady says, "Get the fuck off of me." What a place to dive back into this crap. The captain says, "Ma'am, you need to hold still while the ambulance comes." Old lady, "Hey, Oscar, is that you?" "Yes, ma'am. Oscar is right here." Old lady, "Well, fuck you." What the fuck? Oscar can go suck. Come on now. Oh my God. Number 22 has been deleted. What? We'll never know. Number 21. Sort of the reverse here. During my rotations. Damn, I just had a real good stretch. Oh my God. Number 21. Sort of reverse here. During my rotations at university. Just making sure it wasn't going off. I was shadowing an RN when we went to help a patient whom was paralyzed from the waist down from a motorcycle accident. Oh my God. When are people going to learn? Keep in mind this patient was big, probably 300 pounds, and he couldn't poop by himself anymore. Therefore, the RN put on rock music, snapped on some gloves, and proceeded to joke with the patient. We had to push him on his stomach while we fingered his anus to make the poop come out. I swear around a gallon of the stuff came out, and the nurse told me that it was the biggest code brown he had ever seen. Making jokes and laughing, the patient made it extremely comfortable and a fun experience. 10 out of 10 would finger an anus again. You know? And that's why I'm YouTube tripping on my ass. 10 out of 10 would finger an anus again. Oh my God. So why does Sarah Bishop says, "Faith, I love you, you're a doll"?
Because Faith is trying not to be a band Nazi.
A band Nazi?
Yes. Like her friend seems to like to call her. She's trying to be nice.
Faith has a friend that calls her a band Nazi?
Yes. Because apparently they were watching the stream earlier, I think.
Fuck Faith's friends. I'm the best one. Faith need to put all her friends in check below me, though. Okay?
Get over yourself.
I'm just saying. Number 19, even though we're not there yet. Number 20. Not me, but a friend who was an ER nurse at the time told me this story. Apparently, foreign objects in the anus are pretty routine, but this guy came in with, oh God, I did it again, with a vibrator that had crawled its way up there and was being very stubborn about getting out, and it was still on. What? So this was my friend's first potential like this, or patient like this. He was asking him normal questions, and an ER doctor, knowing what's going on and knowing that it's my friend's first time, walks by the door and says, "Do you want us to get it out or just change the batteries?" That's rude. That's rude. But when people sticking shit up their ass, you know what I mean? You deserve a little bit of shame, because I bet you it won't be the first. It won't be the first or the last time. That's the craziness. Somebody said, "This is the most underrated comment here out of all the things ahead of yours. This is the only one to make me bust out laughing." Somebody said, I read the last bit in the voice of Dr. Cox, you know, from Scrubs. "I can do it all on my own. You know, I know I'm no Batman." Robin.
Okay.
Faith says, "They are below you, Kyle," and then the hearts. Yeah.
Then She said she guesses.
I wish you say I guess. Hey, it's a different scale. That's not funny, Hannah. Hannah, you laugh at me too much.
I know, because I'm a mean, heartless, evil.
Wait a minute.
What happened?
Wait a minute. Uck, you just donated $5.
How sweet of you.
And Sean, I didn't say anything just now. But what I'm trying to, I need to.
Sean will be very happy for you.
Who?
Sean will be very happy for you.
They can hear you. Stop, Hannah.
I didn't say anything.
Hey, I think somebody just took advantage of the credit card thing that you can do now, because I updated my thing to make it so that you can straight up just use a credit card with the Streamlabs link. So let me deliver the Streamlabs link. Somebody just fucking timed out Pencilhead again. So Uck thank you, because you're my man. My man. I love you, Uck. Let me see. That's over $10 tonight. I think I've gotten like $12 tonight, and that's pretty legit. I appreciate you. But Uck says, Kyle, I would finger your anus if you were paralyzed because I love you. Wow. A lot of people say they do that, you know what I mean? But I'm really wondering, do I have that kind of cred? Would people do that for me? Wow, what a conversation to have. So Sarah Bishop seems to have timed out Pencilhead again. Let's see what he said. He didn't do anything that time. Be easy, Sarah. That's ridiculous. Don't be mean. Pencil, I didn't approve that timing out. That was all Sarah, because she's crazy and she's probably, riding her Kyle right now with a can of beer, looking for people to spike in the head, Bing bong. Wait, what did he say before that? Oh, he said cool chat. I don't know. Maybe Sarah feels challenged. I wish I could get you guys to fight somehow, Not like real fight, but maybe like some sort of like Mortal Kombat fight in the middle of this shit. So sorry. Number 19. I work as an X-ray technician in a heavily Hispanic area in the U.S. and I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I know just enough to get by. Just enough to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. Sorry. Just to get by. You don't know that song, right? You do? How? What do you mean? How do you know that song?
I don't know how I know it.
You're way too white to know that song. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
There's no way, dude. I can't even wipe the smile off my face. How do you know that song?
I don't know how I know it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Just to get by. We get this patient in the ER, and there are three of us trying to fumble our way through this exam in our broken Spanish. We eventually get through the exam, and we're all kind of congratulating each other for knowing enough Spanish. Well done, everybody. Then out of the middle of nowhere, this guy says, you guys speak pretty good Spanish in perfect English. And I guess none of us decided to ask if he spoke English. Unbelievable. Number 18. So I know I don't fit the category, but this story made me lose all professionalism in a heartbeat. I'm a social worker, so I interview a lot of children. One of the standard questions is asking if the children know where their private parts are, and asking if anyone has ever touched them before. So I asked this 11-year-old if anyone has ever tried to touch her, and she says no. I asked if she knows what to do if someone tries to do that. She tells me that whenever she goes to a friend's house, she has a pair of scissors under her pillow for protection. I chuckled a bit, but maintained my composure. I asked the girl if she would tell anyone. She says he would tell her and tell that she didn't kill them on purpose. Nice. I lost it. I couldn't continue the interview after that. I told my supervisor about it, and she just laughed. Ha ha ha. Damn, Sarah. Sarah's all like,
Well, he needs to stop trying to be noticed by being a fuckstick and act more like his true self.
Yeah, man. Sir Bishop sees your true potential, Pencilhead. You should go full Dende from fucking, go full Dende, go full Gohan when they visit Namek and unlock that potential. You know what I'm talking about? Holy crap. Wait, what is I can't believe Faith just said post the fuck up, fat man. I can't believe she says things like that. I need to get Faith in a party and try to get her to talk like that. Owen Stafford says, I like Pencilhead. I relate to him. He just wants some friends. Yeah. All he has to do is work through. Remember, Pencilhead's like a little bit foreign, guys. You gotta give him a break. I like Pencilhead. And that's why he hasn't been banned, because Pencilhead is welcome here. Pencilhead, you're welcome. You're a wonderful gay. You're wonderful gay, Pencilhead. So let's continue up this list to number 17. Responded to a miscarriage call once. We found a woman who didn't know she was pregnant and had a miscarriage in the toilet. The fetus almost developed, but very small. She had already fished it out and was lying on a bed. It was lying on a bed. As she gathered some things from the other room, my partner leaned down, moving the fetus jaw with his finger, and said,
No.
I'm sorry. No, he did not. No, he did not. He said, you're a horrible medic. Why didn't you save me? It was hard to keep my composure after that. This is exactly the type of comment that the Reddit mods will ban. So how did this survive?
I don't know.
This is... Oh, shit. You're telling me no Pokemon have come by my house in forever? Oh, it's somehow disconnected. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Why the hell is Pokemon Glow disconnecting from my Pokemon Plus? What the bing blown? Anyway, he moved the fetus jaw with his finger. Jesus Christ. Well, let's continue here. Number 16. I used to work in an adult and pediatric ED as a scribe. I followed a doctor. I'm sorry. When I hear the word scribe, I think like Fallout or like some kind of old school. It is I am a scribe. And then he unravels like a scroll that he's reading from. You know what I mean? Anyway, look, sorry. One time a patient came in for a vaginal injury. So the PA I'm assigned to, who is my father's age, says, that'll be interesting. And we go in. The lady's very friendly, bubbly, overweight, with long fake nails. He asks what brings her to the ED, and she says, well, you see, I just got my nails done, and I was pleasuring myself, and really going to town down there, and it felt really good, and I scratched my cooter. She laughed awkwardly, and I couldn't handle myself and had to leave. The PA kept himself together and told the patient I left because my job was over, and I wrote down her complaint, but I was crying in the hallway with another tech who overheard. The door was shut, but she was loud and proud patient, and the unit was quiet. I scratched my cooter, became a response to what's up for a while. For a while. For a while. Sometimes trying to decipher the code that the people in the stream chat speak in is quite a task. Quite a task indeed. Number 15. I was an EMT. My partner was doing a head to toe on a little old lady that fell at a nursing home. She gets to the patient's left hip, squeezes it, and says, ma'am, how long have you had this growth on your hip? The little old lady replies in a TV-worthy Boston Brahmin accent, That's my breast, dear. Oh my God.
That's horrifying.
Gave myself a bloody nose when I tried to hide my laughter by shoving my face in the O2 bag and smacking it on the tank. Oh my God. Wait, what does Sean Watson want? And he hopes it's okay with Kyle.
Oh, the link. I don't know if they can post links though.
What link?
To the Mayweather fight.
They're fighting tonight?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. It's only 10:30 for me, guys. So if they fight at midnight, then, you know.
I think it's at 11.
Hey, so do you think we can go out, Hannah, since the streets will probably be clean?
I guess.
It's up to you, Hannah's.
It's fine by me.
You say it's fun by you, girl.
Because it is.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm just checking the status of the accessory. And I think it's live. I think everything's fine. Oh, guys, let's continue. I love you. Let's finish out this damn list. Oh, look how sweet Faith is by posting that link. But, guys, I think I've received like $13 tonight. And that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. You guys are incredible. And I don't deserve you all. But let's continue. Number 14's been removed. In our face. In our face. Let's see if there's any comments. A response to the deleted post says, my eldest brother is schizophrenic, and some of the shit that would come out of his mouth when he was untreated was hilarious. Like what? Someone asks. Like telling me that the word ostracized is what the Australians do in the outback when they stick their head in the ground to help them cool down. Oh yeah, for sure. The guy asks, do you remember any others? And he goes on to say, there's a lot. When we first started suspecting things, it was when he was telling us that he could talk to Sam, the cat, and was whistling and tweeting at the birds, which wouldn't be that weird if he was young or at least joking, but he was dead serious. I can talk to the cat and the trees and the birds, and they know all my needs. Have you heard? Number 13. So I was riding along with my dad, who was a firefighter/paramedic, and we went to a house for a mentally handicapped female who had fallen and couldn't get up. I should mention that this female lives with her husband, who is also mentally handicapped, and they have a caretaker who checks in on them daily but doesn't hang around 24/7. You see that autocorrect by Kyle, that visual and immediate autocorrect? Doesn't hand around. Yeah, I bet y'all want a caretaker who hands around, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we get here. We get her set up, and my dad asks, ooh, I'm never going to be monetized. And my dad asks his other medic to run out to the ambulance to grab an extra cold compress to put on her head where she fell, but she says that there is an ice pack in her freezer that will work just fine in the next room. Well, the other medic goes to the other room and looks for about 2 minutes before coming back with a bag of frozen vegetables that would work as well. The mentally handicapped lady looks him straight in the face and says, that's not a cold pack. Those are vegetables. Are you retarded? The paramedic got called retarded by a mentally handicapped woman. LOL. My name is Cleveland Brown, Charles in charge of our days. It's like a radio station that you're just changing on the Kyle. So Hannah says, he's trying to post the link, not become a permanent mod PC. Who's trying to post the link?
Owen Stafford is trying to post the link for, Sean.
Whoa. Why do you have to explain yourself to professional commenter? Is she bitching?
Yeah,
that
she's saying, don't do that. He won't mod you if you're asking. He wasn't asking to be modded. He was just saying, if you mod me, I can post a link for Shouldn.
You really are a woman, professional commenter. You really are a woman, not understanding. It's just constantly going to be an issue for you. Everybody needs to know that professional commenter has expressed a specific desire to become a mod, and that's a fast That's a fast track to never getting modded. Hey, Sergeant Diddle, if you are in the stream chat right now, I got a surprise for you. Sergeant Diddle, if you're watching this, you're probably not. You're probably subscribing because you saw another video on my crazy ass channel, and that's fine, right? But if you're in here, say something in the stream chat. As a matter of fact, any of my sexy lurkers whom I love, say something in the stream chat right now, and I'm gonna hook y'all up with something specific. How about that? Oh, bing bang. Number 12. Okay. Back in the Army days, we were in the process of doing an 18-mile ruck march. It's pretty hot out. All of a sudden, one of my squad members collapses to the ground. Then medics rush to him and start sticking an IV in his arm and asking him questions. Do you know where you are? Do you know what month it is? Do you know what day of the week it is? He looks up confused and says, waffles? No, you fucking retard. Let's get him out of here. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Wow. Wait a minute. Super Monkey. I'm just so pleased to see you, man. Super Monkey, you're probably one of the oldest people that has been in the stream chats. It's nice to see you again, and I'm glad that you're well. And I hope that nobody else other than Selena apparently is in the Texas area, because that shit's dangerous and scary. You know what I'm talking about? That shit's dangerous and scary. Cliff Edges. Dude, this has got to be the girl that...
Yeah, that we play with.
She was in an Overwatch match one time as Diva, and I really appreciated her being there. It was such an easy match to win.
Yeah.
And then on her page, she's got some Overwatch shit as well.
Yes.
And then some Toby Turner? What the fuck? Okay, look, let me get out of here. Look, okay, I'm just going to add her to the mods, okay? How about that, you know? I just love that. Hannah loves it. I can rarely get Hannah to laugh like that, guys, so that's awesome. Shot the Clock says that I'm in Texas, and, you know, I'm hoping you're all right. Lexi Rose says, thank you for the YouTube videos. That's so sweet, Lexi. I love you too. Lexi's gonna get modded. See, guys, that has nothing to do with their breast size. Wow, okay? So you guys can't be all like, oh, Kyle only mods the girls or people who have big titties. I mean, look, Killer's modded, Super Monkey's modded, okay? Look at all of the wrenches. Can you believe it? Kevin's a mod. Kevin's titties are only C cups, and I'm not interested in them. Wow. Guys, what the fuck? Number 11. My dad's a police officer and has always been known for his dark humor. One unfortunate day, a motorcyclist ran a red light at an intersection just before a truck stop was run over. The rider's head and helmet were caught under the wheels of the truck and popped. As he tells the story, Lieutenant shows up and asks, "What happened here? What are we stepping in that's so sticky?" And I was like, well, the rider lost his mind. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's fucked up. Wait, what did Faith say? Faith says, like the panhandle, so it's not bad here. Oh.
Someone said that Faith is in Texas.
Well, Faith is safe though.
Up north, she's safe.
Faith does have a Kyle barrier of protection around her house. It's kind of like Harry Potter style. Yeah, I ain't even got to worry about it, you know. Cliff Edges says, I made the video 4 years ago. It feels bad that I never deleted it. It's okay, you know. Sometimes, let's not go back. Kyle,
No.
Kyle, fucking control yourself. Okay, so there's that. Oh my God. Genevieve says, you could say his mind was blown.
That's not even funny.
Hey guys, go Snapchat Sean Vicious, you know. I guess when you're busy not sending breast pictures to Kyle, jeez, whatever. So it's the Sean Watson Snapchat now. I just picked a piece of hair. Okay.
Was it stuck on you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Looks a little too curly to be mine. And long, I mean.
Yours.
Yeah, long. So Deja says, so collectively, you're C big worm? Wait.
1A and 1B cup. His boobs.
Chai or Kai Mei says, I'm such a lurker, I don't know what to say. Well, you are free to say whatever you want, you know? Just don't go full pencil head. It's fucked up. We love you, pencil head, man. We just want you to...
He left, so
Nah, he's probably still here.
maybe.
Pencilhead, if you say something right now, I will mod you, son. I will mod you into the stratosphere. Number 10. I answered a fire alarm at a hotel room once. I knocked on the door, and a rail-thin, 90-pound woman answered the door in nothing but a t-shirt. Tell her that we need to have access to the hotel room just to verify that there wasn't an issue. I walk in and immediately see a 300-plus mid-50s guy that the woman was in her 30s, totally naked, handcuffed to the bed. All right, whatever. Standard question. Do you know how the fire alarm was set off? Oh, yeah, I accidentally hit it with his thrown boxers. All right, ma'am, have a nice night. Cue hilarious laughter from the stairwell back to the firehouse. Wow. I can't believe you people are going to get to be... No. How do I... Time out. Come on. I can't do it? Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to hide Faith's message so that nobody can be her friend and she can only be mine forever. Faith, I love you. You know I'd never time you out. But this was more about getting that message off of the screen. You know? That's what matters to me. Faith's mine, you cucks. All right. Sarah Bishop says, I haven't been on Snapchat in over a year, so I forget my fucking username and password. Guys, get Sarah Bishop's Snapchat info. You know what I mean? Snapchat Sarah Bishop, guys. That's what's up. You know? She's dying for your message. Oh yeah. Okay. Faith can't have any more friends. She's busy. Faith is busy. Big Worm Kevin says, hey Kyle, is the Overwatch Collector's Edition worth buying? I mean, I don't know. You got the wrong guy. Let me see here. Overwatch Collector's Edition. Does that come with like a Reaper figure or something? Because I'm not one who gives a damn about art books and shit like that. So let me see here. Amazon Collector's Edition. Wait, so it comes with like a little soldier? Nah, here's what I want. Let me type in. Come on, get out of my face with all of this. What are you laughing at?
You.
Oh wait, I think Faith may have just messaged me. I wonder if she's mad. Let's take a look at what Faith said via Snapchat. Fine. All right, Faith. Faith's all like, I want friends. Let me have friends. Fine, Faith. They're yours. Okay. Just remember when I mattered. Remember, Faith. Remember. Oh my God, Pokemon Go shut down too. God damn it. Okay, guys, we're going to go back into the list. We only got like literally less than 10 left to do. So this list is just about over. I love you all. I hope you guys have had a fantastic time tonight in the interesting stream. And we're going to go from there. But let's complete this bad boy. Then Hannah and I are going to go, I don't know, burn things. Number 9.
I'll make some Molotovs.
I was administering IV push meds to a patient. Their guest was German and asked me with a giant smile, those are the Woodstock drugs that make him a happy hippo, yeah? I fucking lost it. They're getting lame. Number 8. I was EMT. Okay. We responded to a call at a nursing home for a psychological. Get the info from the nurse that the dear little old lady is apparently hallucinating cats. I walk into the patient's room and asked, meow, what seems to be the problem here? My partner and the nurse ran from the room. I found them literally on the floor laughing in the hallway. Meow. What seems to be the problem here? Oh my god. No scope MLG with 3 X's. You know that. Seriously, is that name even ironic? Kyle, will you be my friend? I've never seen you before. Okay, why not? Sure, yes. Is that what you want? Sarah Bishop says, yes, I'm upset with Kyle. What is she upset with?
Because you timed out Faith, I think.
Get over it. I timed her out because I wanted her for me.
Yeah, he's just being greedy.
I'm being greedy. And as a woman, you guys should love that kind of romantic love. The type of love where I just throw a cloak over somebody because I want them all for me. But instead you guys don't care. So forgive me. I guess I made a bad call. So as we scroll up in this list of 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed, we arrive at number 7. We're going to finish this list on out. I was doing my civil services in hospital 14 years ago. For the uninitiated, that's like a German thing. Nobody cares. Anyway, one day a patient died during my shift, and I accompanied the nurse and the doctor to the room to perform CPR. The patient had osteoporosis, and the doctor first pushed her chest down. It literally shattered. He kept going just for protocol, but there was nothing left to save. So while the doctor was pumping, he looked me deep in the eyes and he told me, if you ever want to... I'm sorry, this is so dark. This is so dark. What's wrong?
Sarah's not happy.
Sarah Bishop goes, I'm upset because you said go ahead and take Sarah. I don't want that garbage. Basically what you said, Kyle. Oh my God, Sarah, be real. I love Sarah. She's making this a thing. Sarah, stop the madness. I am not. Okay, I love it because she was upset for a completely different reason than I thought she was. I thought she was mad because I timed out Faith, but instead she was mad because I was like, I want Faith. Take Sarah. I want everybody to experience the joy and wonder of how insane Sarah is in my life, but also in their life. And you know, Sarah, maybe other people will hit you with doses of crazy that are just as insane, that can keep you on your toes and help you even trump your own crazy. I'm sure that in your life, Sarah, you're probably the craziest person that you know, and that's boring. I know you want like a challenge. I know you want to be able to grow and get better. You're like a big fish in a small pond of crazy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Have you heard anything about her family?
Well,
I think she's got lots of crazy.
well, here, I just want to share Sarah because she is special. Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh, I like vomited a little bit. Not because of Sarah. I love you. No, guys, I love you. Everything's okay. And Sarah, don't be mad. You're special, Sarah. Sarah says, you just don't want me. Oh my God. You have Kyle, Sarah, and the cans in his face and stuff. Sarah says, fuck that bull. You're just making that up. What do you mean I'm just making it up? I love it. Sarah Bishop says, and yes, my family is crazy. Mostly my psycho mom. Oh my God.
There's plenty of crazy in her family.
Faith wasn't really even in gay baby jail. I put her in Kyle purgatory. You know, which is kind of like a sensory deprivation chamber is what it is. It's more like a hyperbolic time chamber if you guys know anything about that. Cliff Edges is all like, how charming. What's she talking about? How I view Sarah? Yeah, because Sarah's a significant and special person, and everybody would be, I want to say, lucky to catch a glimpse of her, even if it's just like a wayward Snapchat every now and then when she ended up finding the time. But Faith, she's at a very early stage of her development process, and she can't be corrupted by such confusing and misunderstood wayward pencils. Do you get what I'm saying? We can't have pencil heads in Faith's life, but if Faith wants it, then she's entitled to it. She has to make her own choices. And Faith said it to me herself, that she wants friends. So you guys are there for her in a way that perhaps, I guess, Kyle couldn't be. Let's continue up this list and put a bow on it. 40 times EMTs and nurses shouldn't have laughed, according to Reddit. Number 6. I admitted a patient to the surgical floor who had a baton stuck in his colon. Bing bong. When getting report, I couldn't help but chuckle. It was the first time I had dealt with someone who had a foreign object where it shouldn't have been. The worst part was when I showed him the intraoperative pictures of them removing it, he asked the surgeon where the glitter went.
Oh, God.
Somebody said, don't worry, he'll keep finding glitter for years. It never goes away. Somebody said, so it's like sand. We'll never escape the prequel jokes. We'll never escape them. So let's take a quick look. Ooh. Faith put somebody named radioisotopes and gaming into gay baby jail. Oh yeah, because he started the lyrics of a Smash Mouth song. Well, Faith's on top of her game as usual. What did Sarah say? Sarah says, I can feel a tear building up in my eye. Kyle is lying on me to make me feel better. I am not. First of all. Okay. First of all, I love the phrase lying on me. Why you lying on me? Dude, where do I start with you, Sarah Bishop? God damn. Look, I'm not lying on you to make you feel better. I am honestly, you have to stop. You can't assume that I just don't regard you in high esteem because you know you're significant. I wouldn't waste the time or the words to blah, 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 etc. So look, my wrist is lighting up again, Hannah. I'm going to press it and we go watch another Pokemon. This thing hasn't caught a single Pokemon since I got it. Oh my God. Another Pokemon got away. God damn, bro. God damn. So, let's continue rolling up this list as we arrive at number 5. I love it when we arrive at number 5. I don't know. I just felt like pressing the button. So number 5 reads, one of my friends was an EMT and he responded to a call from a guy who got attacked by his cat. Turns out the guy tried to fuck his cat and the cat wasn't having any of it. My friend said that it was the only time he and his partner laughed in front of a patient. I tried to fuck my cat. Ew. MLG No Scope says, I've been watching you ever since Ogtha. Is that right, bro? Is that why I've never seen you before in a stream ever? You think this is my first or like 100th stream or something? Where have you been? Neanderthal says the same. Well, I'm more inclined to believe Neanderthal as I've seen his name before. But what a strange name. Lowercase x, uppercase x, lowercase x, no scope MLG. Lowercase, uppercase, lowercase x. Storm and Norman says, could you stream the fight instead? Hard to find a good stream. Look, man, I like to think that I'm as a channel, I'm a dude that's like on the ground, having been beaten with the stick that is demonetization at least 17 times, right? So what you're asking me to do is like spread out to make myself a bigger target. For the 18th time that they just gonna swing that shit down on me, man. I can't do that. He's like, I joke. I get it. Oh boy. Oh man. Hey, I'm gonna play this because I think somebody donated $4.20 to me while I wasn't streaming. So that's the real beauty, is that somebody was donating to me while I wasn't streaming, but they did donate $4.20 and I appreciate that. So here it is.
Smoke weed every day.
You know what I mean? Guys, I want you guys to know something. I am not condoning the act of acquiring a credit card. You see what I'm saying? But now if you go to Streamlabs/Kyle, it will accept any credit card instead of doing the whole PayPal, ring jump. That's what I'm all about. I want to make it easy for you, baby. Wait a minute. And you know what? If you're in a tight spot, if the cops are closing in, you know what I mean? Just throw some of that my way and leave a message that says, "Hey, Kyle, hold on to this." You know what I mean? And then, later on, I will make it go back to where it needs to go. I'm like a Swiss bank account for you. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not. I mean, it's a joke, YouTube, right? What?
Nothing.
What a weird. What was that?
Nothing.
God, Anna's weird. Number 40. No, wait, 40 is how many of these we did. We're on number 4 now. Holy crap. What was she doing with her finger? Number 4. I had a patient high on some type of LSD PCP combo. We found him jumping from a couch to couch in the lobby, covered in freshly cut hair that wasn't his. When he proceeds to scream at my partner, "You have beautiful eyes. I'm gonna fuck you in the..." Oh my God. And then begins to cry for his mother. We make it to the hospital, and the PT's vocabulary decreases to only meatballs. Every question the nurse asked, that was the response. We try to remain professional as possible, but sometimes you can't help but laugh. Meatballs. Meatballs. Somebody said, this sounds like it belongs in Borderlands. It kind of does. It really kind of does. Like, guys, since we don't have Borderlands 3 yet, when Destiny 2 comes out, I really can't wait to play that with some of you. So, go ahead and get ready and show me just how edgy your cliffs can get. You know what I'm talking about? That's a joke because some chick's name is Cliff Edges, and she probably got really, like, jagged, some girls are like curvy, but she probably got really jagged edges because she used to be like a man. You know what I mean? So they don't have those feminine curves like a woman should. It's just manly, I'm sorry. It's not her fault. Oh my God. So number 3, God, this one looks long. During my EMT basic clinical rotations, my buddy Greg and I were working in the emergency room trying to do as many ECGs as possible so that we could check that off of our list of clinical skills that we needed to do. Greg is hooking up an absolutely enormous woman to the ECG leads. To accomplish this, he indicates to her that he will have to move her left breast to gain access to her chest wall. I am not exaggerating when I say that she weighed 400 pounds. Her left breast probably weighed a solid 40 pounds by itself. So, Greg, using the back of his forearm, is pushing aside the left breast or trying and failing. So, he's basically rubbing her left breast with his forearm, trying to get it out of the way. His face about 12 inches from her face, she leans close to Greg and moans and says, You a titty man, ain't you? And I had to leave. Somebody said I wouldn't have left. I would have just laughed at the lady. Ooh, that's me. I'm me. 400 pound, 40 pound titty. 40 pound titty. 40 pound titty. 40 pound titty. Guys, number 1 appears to have been deleted, but I can read the response to it as the number 1. Number 2, responded to a fatal fire. When I arrived on scene and went to where the body was located, the trooper introduced me to the deceased. Oh my God. Where are my manners? Meet this guy, the deceased. Say hello, Frank. And then the trooper, as you can see, he had a late night of drinking and a bad case of setting himself on fire. Laughing in front of a dead guy who set himself on fire is not one of my strong moments. I almost accidentally gave that shit gold. Oh my God. So guys, here we are. We've made it to the end of this list. So naturally, all I can do is, as usual, thank those people here, sweet and kind and wonderful enough to attend this stream. Thank those who were sexy enough to donate. I'm looking at you, you, and I'm also looking at you, Sinner J. You guys are amazing. And somebody named Trash Goes Out on Tuesday who donated off stream, which is interesting. but you're still a real, you're still a shit. You're amazing. And I'd like to thank my patrons as well for being incredible. I'd also like to thank Callum Brady, who has not made it on to the list. What was that, Anna?
I'm sorry.
I'd like to thank Callum Brady, who at the moment is not on the list of patrons, but he hooked it up. And there are a few other patrons that, I may just want to give a shout out. They are amazing. They are the shit. They are my love's secret lover. Cheese donated, or pledged $5. No, wait, Cheese deleted $5. But Jesse Nielsen, I Like Bears, and Super Monkey have all pledged $15. So again, you guys can exercise your right at any time to just decide that we're gonna watch a movie, via Rabbit. You know what I mean? So set that up. We'll let everybody know when. And then we'll schedule like a little movie night. I really want to watch RoboCop. Miss Catnip says, is it like curves on cartoons, pointy titties that always had be confused? All I know is I better not get any Snapchats and no pointy titties. That would be ridiculous. Okay. Sarah Bishop says, Hannah, have Kyle give you my number. You can text me whenever you want to talk to someone weird, or if you just want to bullshit with somebody. Oh, but I thought people talking to, Sarah made me some kind of bad guy and then she's automatically garbage or something. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Wonder-believable, I'm not giving you shit. Fine, you can have it if you want. You don't get to make faces like that at me. Number 1 is deleted, but the response is not. It says, I had a call started as difficulty breathing, and my partner, our trainee, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, and my partner, our trainee, and I wheel him into the ER, and I'm doing one-handed compressions while trying to ventilate. The trainee quit soon after the incident. We get him into the hospital bed. Somehow the ER nurse knew the guy was going to code because of my report while giving my report via the biotel. He got oxygen hungry and started to desat. Well, we're working him like any normal code, and the nurses are all scurrying around, and the doctor pulls my king tube I had dropped out so he could intubate. One nurse starts cutting his pants off to see if she can place an IO or a line in his groin. Well, we didn't know this, but the patient had one of those penis pumps that are hidden in his sack. What?
How does that make sense?
Well, I guess my compressions activated his device, and this dude had the biggest boner we had ever seen. So big that the doc stopped trying to intubate him to just say, holy fuck, what is this guy, a centaur? Had to give up compressions for a few minutes because I couldn't keep a decent rhythm whilst laughing and trying to catch my own breath. Somebody says, did he make it? And then they say no. We did get a heartbeat back before we left, but he died a week later. Jeez. I wonder if it was because of all the blood going to that dick. Guys, it's another night that we've made it through. I love you all, and I hope you're all okay. I hope you all have what it takes to get through. But at the very least, I suppose you have each other. Ooh, 50 likes and I kill myself. Oh, damn. 1047. Hey guys, we should take some sort of bet where if Mayweather wins the fight, you guys gotta give me like $50. There it is. Gotta give me $50. You gotta do it. Cliff Edges is like, I'll see you later. Oh, Cliff Edges. Cliff Edges reminds me of Queen Wiener. MLG No Scope says they're going to London on Monday. Have a safe trip, dude. And everybody have fun talking to one another. See you guys later. Bye.